All right, so we're gonna bring up the lights in the house, and then we're gonna take a few questions. Not too many because it's school night. While we bring up the lights, I'm gonna give us a few ground rules here. We've been doing these all across the world, and there's a few questions that we just are gonna outlaw, and they're not ones that you think they're actually silly ones, but we just. I feel like there was like almost a riot at the Melbourne solo show because a few people at the end asked questions that were totally awesome, but I feel like maybe they were stuff that weren't necessarily as relevant for people who had other kinds of questions, so we made a list. And things like what are your favorite books, or what are your favorite movies, or what's your favorite actor, or like that kind of stuff. Sarah and I are going to post like a comprehensive blog about our favorite movies and books, and like it's impossible for us to narrow it down, and it's so we're just going to write it down and we're going to put it up on our website. So think about what you're going to ask before you asked it, but maybe questions that are maybe not quite so broad, or maybe more specific to Tegan and Sara, or things like that. Okay, does that sound fine? That's okay? That's really fine. You're fine with that. You're like, I wasn't going to ask that question anyway. Okay, good. So I need maybe the house lights up more, or the stage lights down more, because I still can't really see the audience, so I have to be able to see them to pick the people. Oh, but that's much better. Okay, great. Okay, so we'll start with this section right here. Does someone have a question in this section right here? Yes. Could you stand up and then yell? Yep, there you go. There you go. What's your name?
James.
What is it?
James.
James. Hi, James.
Do you want to ask that question?
Yes, please.
What's been your favorite collaboration with another artist?
Okay, so the question for people at the back was, what's our favorite collaboration and why? So I'll let Sarah answer that question.
Well, interestingly, we've only recently started collaborating with people because I guess we're just we didn't think we were good at it, or people didn't ask us, or I don't know. I'm friends with a lot of musicians, and a lot of musicians love to jam out on sessions with each other, or like they'll come to town and they'll be like, come up and freestyle or play violin, and you're just like, what? No, I just want to watch the bag over my head. I always felt very awkward. I'm not totally sure why. Probably partly just that Tegan and I were so comfortable with one another that it's really there's a I guess a fear that you'll fail or that you'll ruin somebody else's music, whereas when it's your own music, I mean, it just happens all the time and you're just used to it. But truthfully, when we started collaborating in the last couple of years, I really felt like it was a great signifier that we had become more professional. I'm using quotations because this show so far may not actually be professional, but anyway, so for me personally, I love to collaborate, but I love to collaborate when I don't actually have to be in the room with someone. So I don't know what that says about me, but it's better for me when it's alone. And if someone sends me music or sends me some kind of guidance or whatever, and then I have a period of time where I'm in a private area where I can make. Why does everything out of my mouth kind of sound perverted? I don't understand why it's like that, but. So I really like that, and I love to get
And that's how we collaborated with Tiesto.
Yeah, pretty much all the collaborations we've done so far have been, even with each other. A lot of times it's like, you work on something and then you sort of send it out, and then like Tegan, or for example when Tiesto sent us music, Tegan and I didn't even listen to what the other person was doing. We kind of wrote our own ideas and then sort of actually just mix them up and just would put certain ideas with other ideas and sort of use them as they worked. So but yeah, probably the Tiesto thing was the most fun, just because it was the first time that we were working with a dance artist, and also the first time that we were getting a ton of feedback from somebody who wasn't wasn't using the same kind of language and wasn't using the same kind of feedback skill set that we were used to in like indie rock and rock music and stuff. Like they use a lot of like colorful terms and feelings, and they'll just talk vaguely and sort of philosophically about music, whereas with the kind of music that we make, a lot of times it's much more scientific. It's like chords and stuff. What happened over there?
Nothing. Ask Chris to turn you up because I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm very soft spoken. It's like an angel whispering. But You don't want to have be turned up in your monitor. But anyway, so that's probably the Tiesto thing was really, really fantastic. But we've done so many good things. I feel like I could.
This person keeps yelling Jack Johnson, but we have never technically we never collaborated with him, but you just want us to say his name out loud because you're drunk. Yeah, Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was awesome. Absolutely. We've toured with, I mean, it wasn't a question, but I'm going to try to make what you're saying into something. But we've toured with a lot of cool acts, and most recently here in Australia with Jack Johnson, which was cool.
Very nice guy, yeah.
And that's kind of, in a roundabout way, it's kind of like a collaboration because you... That's true, we did sing Girls, we came up and sang with them, that's true. Technically, that could be considered... You guys should meet, I think you have a lot in common. Yeah, we got to play Girls Just Want to Have Fun, which was amazing. We actually toured with Cyndi Lauper 2 years ago, and she made us come up on stage and sing True Colors, and it was so hilarious every night because she would turn around and like she would forget the words to her own song, and she'd be like, "You sing it," and I would just be like, "It's Cyndi Lauper, how do you say no?" But I would be like, "I don't know the words either." So that was pretty fun. Artists are usually pretty relaxed. We are really neurotic, so we always expect everyone to be neurotic, and then we meet people and they're like, "What's up?" And we're like, "Okay, great." And Jack Johnson was like that. He is a rad dude, and he's pretty chill, so that was pretty cool. So thanks, James. Okay, sure, yeah, that was fun. Okay, someone from this section, maybe in the back, you guys have a question? Okay, right there you have hair coming, white shirt. Yeah, sure, whatever, that's fine. Yeah, you're standing. It's so hard, I'm like, you guys are all just colors mainly to me. I'm like, eh. Okay, what's your name? Bree? Okay, you're gonna have to yell. Bree! Hi. What is the strangest gift that a fan has sent or given to us?
You know what's been really interesting is that we get asked that question all the time, and I just keep wondering if the people that asked it.
Do you have a weird gift?
Yeah. Like they're like, "Did you get that animal foot that I sewed onto a doll that I sewed of you?" And then
we get really amazing gifts for the most part. Like people make us some amazing stuff, and we feel really blessed. Some of the weird stuff, like out there stuff, like someone made us shoes out of duct tape, like, but there are shoes, like, so there was a phase where we both wore like a certain shoe all the time, and someone actually made them to scale, like they actually fit and everything out of tape. That was insane, but awesome. And a couple years ago someone made us a Tegan and Sara board game. And so it had like things that we'd done in our career and places we'd gone and whatever, and then they made playing pieces out of us in the band, which was pretty awesome. I mean, people put so much time and energy into these things, it's crazy. I just feel overwhelmed sometimes. A lot of people paint and draw us pictures of ourselves and then give them to us, which is so nice, but sometimes I'm like, do you want me just to sign it and give it back to you? Because can you imagine you came over to my house and it was like all paintings of me? But I just learned recently, we toured with Paramore, this great band from America, and all summer. Yep, really nice, such sweet people, and they keep everything that their fans send to them, and they all have rooms in their houses, like that's just full of fan gifts. And I was like, I need to move somewhere cheaper because my apartment is so small. I can't even imagine where I'd put it all. But I keep my favorite stuff, and then we have a storage unit we put stuff in as well. So, but. You know, we get some pretty awesome stuff. People send us books and DVDs. I mean, sometimes I'm like, don't send us stuff. I feel so bad. You guys are all so generous with your time and your energy, and you buy our music, and that's kind of all we need. But all the gifts are really nice too. So, but nothing creepy. People send food sometimes, and I'm like, no, not gonna eat it because it's dangerous. But there is a woman in the States who makes us cakes, and she makes them themed. So like, we got an alligator cake once, and it was like a big alligator. So that's kind of cool. So yeah. Okay, how about in this section, the boat? Okay, way at the back. Yeah, you. Yep. Oh my God, hold on 1 second. So many voices at once. The lovely person standing up, yes. Did you hear what that question was? I got all confused with someone else was standing up, and I was like, what's happening? I'm tripping out. Okay, you're gonna have to yell your question. We're old, we can't hear. Could we do the alligator dance? No. I'll tell you why. We didn't actually do it in the video. It was a fake. They filmed us doing a few moves like this. And then they hired body doubles who did the whole dance. That's why we're backwards in the whole video, is because you never see our faces because it's not us dancing. Can you imagine us bitches dancing? Hell no. Honestly though, I'll tell you a fun fact about the alligator video though, is that one of the dancers in the video who plays Sarah, we actually grew up with. She went to a different high school than us, but we were friends in high school, and she showed up at the shoot, and we were like, what the heck? And she was hired to be Sarah's body double, and she's a great dancer.
She's a great dancer.
Good bum.
You know what's interesting to me is like the person who said, "Can you do the alligator dance?"
Can you do it?
Don't take this the wrong way, but
Do you know it?
Can I just?
I just want to know if she knows it.
She
She's
probably doesn't, but she probably is the type of person that you'd go home with on a date, and she'd be very bossy. She would be like, "We're going to play a game now. You're going to dress up as a cat,
Settle down.
and I'm the veterinarian." And then I was like,
There's underage people here. Settle down. Do you know the alligator dance? You don't know it?
"It's you." The person.
It's very
that's
difficult.
talking to you, I don't think it's the person that asked them.
Yes. Right there. She asked the question. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at
You
that.
can do it.
Oh shit, she can really do it. Very good.
Okay.
That was very good.
much.
Very nice. Thank you very much. I could do this part here. It's not even my part in the video. Okay, someone from the boat section. I'm just picking randomly. Yeah, the person jumping up and down, that you are officially the next person. Yes. Perfect.
Tegan, you're really good at picking the people who are very aggressive.
I know. No, they have to yell. They have to yell.
No, I said try to turn you down. You don't have to yell.
No, they do. They're not aggressive, they're just yelling.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very, very far away. So, any chance I could go on stage and get a picture with you?
Are you from Ireland?
No, sadly, we're not like Santa at this show. We can't. There's just too many of you. We'd be here for ages. But here's the thing. You could just have your friend. You could turn your back to the stage right now, and I'll go like this, and then you can take a picture of yourself, and I'll be in the background going like this, and you can tell people that I was waving at your back, at your head. Somebody's.
I just saw a video of the story is for you, young lady from Ireland. I just saw this funny video of Michael Bublé, who I love, and he is at a concert, and this woman in the front row is yelling at him, and he at some point just decides to give in because he's trying to get her to be quiet, but he sits down and he starts talking to her, and it turns out she has a son that's there, and it's his birthday, and he sings, and he's like, oh yeah, he's a singer, sure, bring him up. Like, I love Michael Bublé because he's kind of cheeky with his audience, and I like that because they're adults, and yet he treats them kind of like they're his teenage friends or something. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so he calls this kid up on stage, and he starts to sing, and then Michael Bublé gives him the mic, and he starts to sing, and he sounds just like Michael Bublé, and Michael Bublé's like, holy shit! Like, it's like this awesome moment or whatever. And there's these moments when you're standing on stage where there's things that you really want to do so you can take down the wall between me and you. Like, you know, in a weird way, I'm just like you. Like, there's nothing special about me. I just happen to write some songs, you happen to hear them and like them and attach something to them, and so then you pay your money and you come to the show, and then there's this weird divide where I'm like, don't come up here.
That's first.
Don't touch me. No, totally. Just taking them on a trip here. We're on the second stop. But there's like this funny thing that all of a sudden happens, and it's, for 99% of the people, it's like, I could run into you in my regular life and we could probably be friends or have something in common, but there's just like, every once in a while, there's that person that jumps up on stage and bear hugs Sarah, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. And so there's this funny thing that you have to keep this wall, and that's partly why we're doing this show, and why we do shows like this, is to sort of take that wall down a little bit and reflect that we're sort of just like everybody else, and we can have fun, and we can talk, and we can shoot the shit and be normal, and then we can rock out too. We can like rock our faces right out. And but that wall sort of has to stay there, because once you take the wall completely down, then it's like mob mentality, or it's worse, it's just like kind of like this awkward, like, hold on one second. And so I would love to take a picture with you because you traveled so far. And so if you run up here very quickly, I will make one exception tonight, and this is why I told this story. This is my Michael Bublé moment. But don't come up on stage, Sarah, and come down there, because the security are well-trained dogs, and we can't reteach them. So you can come over that railing, and then you can come right up here, and Sarah and I will bend over, and we'll take a photo. If you've got a friend or a parent, or no, right here. Yeah, and then Sarah's gonna come over there, and we're gonna take this photo. play moment. Can you sing Tegan and Sara too? Okay, I want to take a balcony question now. Maybe someone over here. Okay, yeah. Okay, in the black Tegan and Sara shirt, you were screaming at me before. I desperately want to hear you say something again. That's okay. Say the last part again, sorry? Mm-hmm. Sarah has different tunings for every song. I'll let her talk about tunings because she's the weird one.
No, I mean, I don't think that that's strange. I definitely think that we do try to tune the guitars in different ways, and I think it's just for inspiration. You just sort of get bored of standard tunings, and
our hands aren't big enough to make weird chords, so we just change all the string sounds and then make regular chords again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that honestly, after this is our 12th year touring professionally, but I've been writing music since I was 15, and after 15 years of writing music, sometimes I just do things just to be weird and just to inspire myself to come up with something interesting. And I mean, and it's just as simple as that. It's like when I'm sitting down to write music, I just fool around with the tunings, and so that they form different chords. And it really is just it's not something that I actually ever learned how to do properly. I just sort of do it from a sort of instinctual place.
Yeah.
Is it a bitch to work on it? Well, I just...
No, she's saying it's a bitch to work out our songs.
Oh, yeah.
It's difficult sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
we feel that way sometimes when we're touring, Sarah will get up and soundcheck and be like, oh crap, what's the tuning on this one? Like, it's definitely hard, but some of them are simple. I know you mentioned the con. That's just, it's just one string, yeah. So, see, you're bright, you'll figure it out. It's a challenge. Thank you for your question. All right, someone over here.